So I'm making a big overseas move in about a month, and I thought it was a good time to maybe do a travel kit video for you guys, because I can only really take a pared down version of the things that I have. So here it goes. So this here is my little gouache kit, which I haven't used it yet, but I'm hoping to. It's just a Tupperware with some Reeves Gouache 2 paints, and I figured that the Tupperware could be a good palette surface. I've seen other kits where people just use this sort of simplified thing, and it seemed really practical, easy. I like that. I have a couple of bulldog clips because that's always handy, as well as some tape, my trusty Prismacolor pencil, and a couple of different types of paintbrushes. This rigger brush, which I never have used before until recently, is actually really great for gouache, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And these ones were from a dollar store set. It's a sword brush, it's a round brush, and a flat. And got all the bases covered there. So I would just roll that up in my towel. And I have this little pouch that I got from an art supply store. All fits nice and tidy inside there. And here we have the items that way I would take with either my watercolor or my gouache kit. Just water carrier, so an empty water carrier. I got this little spritz bottle from Daiso, and this little water clip, which is actually for oil painters, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. So I think it's made to clip onto wooden pallets for turpentine and stuff like that, but it works really great on your sketchbook, and you can either use it like that, or, which I find may be a little bit more practical, is to clip it onto your palette. And then you have a couple of little mixing wells if you want to use it for washes as well. So this is my watercolor kit, and it's a little pouch that I got from Daiso for $1. And Daiso's a Japanese dollar store that they have in Western Canada as well as in Japan. So I have some paper towel, always handy, and inside a rag, like a little towel that's been well used. It's actually a baby washcloth, I believe. My little Altoids Old Holland kit, which I'm in love with right now. And those little pans are just held in place with magnetic tape on the back of the little half pans. I also have a little swatch of the palette colors, as well as pre-cut tiny little watercolor sheets. Here are my Prismacolor pencils. A paintbrush that I actually customized just by cutting the end off. And then you have also a scratching tool. And this is a number 10. It's a synthetic brush, not my favorite, but it's good for big surfaces. And here is a watercolor brush, something I'm still getting used to. A water brush. The bounce back on these is so intense that I'm still getting used to it. Some more washi tape. And inside this little Muji container, I have one of these kneadable erasers. I just find that if I don't keep it inside a container, it gets covered in dust and scraps and stuff because it's so sticky. This is a Uni-Ball pen, and it's waterproof, and it dries really quickly, and I find it really great if you're going to do outdoor stuff. And here's a mechanical pencil. And a little scratching tool that I didn't know was in there, but that is also handy. I would also add to maybe a white gel pen. And here's a little watercolor sketchbook that I just decorated with a piece of notebook paper. It's Canson, and it has a corrugated edge there so you can snap the pages out if you want to use them later or hang them up or something. And this is another watercolor sketchbook that I purchased recently, and it has a mixture of cellulose and cotton paper, but the paper is quite light, so not as heavy as the Canson. And here's another option that I wanted to share with you guys that I figured out a while ago, and it's a tiny little Muji container, and it fits. As you can see, it's half the size of a regular little compact tin there. It fits 6 half pans perfectly. And you can see there how it compares to the other 2 little kits that I have. And here I have a split primary palette, so cools and warms of all the primaries. And I think that would serve for, urban sketching or something like that. And it's super tiny, like that could fit in your jacket pocket, no problem. Here's my first little travel kit that I made, and that was with the dollar store jewelry box, and I just squeezed out some Van Gogh and Winsor Newton paints that I had into there, and that works perfectly fine. So you can do this on the cheap, guys. That was $1, plus the paints inside. And just like to mention that all of these things fit nicely into that pouch. So here are some sketchbook options to take with, but this is also another cheaper option, which is just an old sketchbook, and I took off the backing, and then you have a hard surface to draw on and paint on. All you need is a couple of pieces of paper. You can cut up different sizes from watercolor pads that you have, and a bulldog clip, and there you go. And I just wanted to show you how functional that is, really. I mean, you can clip the papers on another side if you're putting the palette on that side. And this is really like a minimalistic, easy to do-it-yourself version of a little outdoor kit. I mean, you don't need a lot, and it's better not to take more than you need. So I hope that inspires you guys. Get out there. Let's do some outdoor painting. See you guys. Thanks for stopping by.